before humanity had fully explored the tropical forests and wildlands, before science came to understand the richness of biodiversity, there already existed a world where life has always had to struggle to survive. From dense, humid jungles and treacherous rocky mountains to the swamps and coastal regions of Vietnam, this is home to creatures constantly adapting, hidden predators, and daily battles for survival. A world of instinct, harsh and ever-changing Vietnam. Welcome to Wild Vietnam, the war for survival in the harshest wilderness of nature. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to motivate us to create more quality content. Don't forget to leave your comments below so we can discuss together. Let's begin. In the heart of Southeast Asia, a deep and impenetrable green world emerges. A dense, tropical jungle shaped by mist-covered mountains and rivers that meander like the living veins of Mother Earth. This is not the vast jungle of Borneo. It is the jungle of Vietnam, a sanctuary of mystery and abundance. Here, every tree and every shadow guards secrets forged over millions of years of evolution. Between the stillness of the mountains and the incessant song of wildlife, nature reveals its purest power. The jungle of Vietnam is not just a place, it is a living universe, a sanctuary where survival, adaptation and beauty intertwine in an endless story. Located in the center of Southeast Asia, Vietnam stretches out as a biological corridor where ecosystems cross and overlap. From the Hong Lien Sun mountain range, standing over 3,000 meters high, to the low wetlands of the Mekong Delta, the difference in terrain, combined with the tropical monsoon climate, creates a rare environmental spectrum. The average annual temperature oscillates between 22 and 27 degrees Celsius, and rainfall in many places exceeds 2,000 millimeters, maintaining high humidity and allowing biomass to grow continuously. Under these conditions, Vietnam has become one of the 16 countries with the highest biodiversity in the world. More than 16,000 plant species have been recorded, of which approximately 10% are endemic. The fauna comprises about 310 species of mammals, more than 840 species of birds, nearly 400 species of reptiles and amphibians, along with more than 2,000 species of freshwater fish. Insects alone may exceed 30,000 species and have not yet been fully studied. In the tropical rainforest, the canopy structure creates overlapping ecosystems. The upper layer absorbs most of the light, forming the realm where primates such as the yellow-cheeked gibbon and the Duke's langur move at heights of more than 30 meters. In the middle layer, where light is reduced to 10 or 20%, the great hornbill, with a wingspan exceeding 1.5 meters, disperses seeds across a wide range. Under the low canopy, where light is less than 5%, high humidity sustains the lives of slow lorises, amphibians, and many insect species adapted to low-light environments. Hidden deep within the forests are the rarest species on the planet. In the tree canopy, among the high and dense branches, lives one of the most characteristic primate species of the region, the red-shanked Duke's langur. Recognized by the striking combination of colors on its body, it possesses an orange face, a white beard, slightly gray arms, and deep, dark red legs. This combination makes it one of the most unique primates in Southeast Asia. Its groups are large, often composed of dozens of individuals. Communication is carried out through looks, sounds, and gestures, forming an organized social structure. On the branches, they move through coordinated leaps, demonstrating astonishing agility. Their diet is based on young leaves, fruits, and flowers. By consuming these resources, they contribute to seed dispersal and forest regeneration, reinforcing their ecological role. This primate is not only a visual icon of Vietnam, but also an important agent in the functioning of the ecosystem. Although rarely seen by visitors, its presence is fundamental to maintaining the biodiversity that sustains many other species. Beneath the forest canopy, in areas of open forests and savannas, an animal of completely different dimensions appears, the banteng. This wild bovine can weigh up to 800 kilograms and stand about 1.65 meters at the shoulder. Its coat varies from reddish-brown to black, with light-colored legs and a pair of curved horns reminiscent of natural crowns. Banteng live in smaller groups and spend most of their time moving, feeding on various types of grasses and low vegetation. Their role in the environment is crucial. By grazing, they open up spaces that allow for the regeneration of young trees and encourage the growth of new species. This behavior directly influences the balance of the landscape and feeds other animals that depend on the constant renewal of vegetation. Although it is currently very difficult to find them in the wild, their presence has been recorded in national parks such as Yok Don and Cat Tien, as well as areas near the borders with Cambodia and Laos. Seeing a banteng is a rarity, but it represents an encounter with one of the last great wild herbivores of Vietnam. Thus, from the heights of the trees with the agile langur to the plains where giants move in silence, life in Vietnam reveals itself in different strata. all are connected by the essential role that each species plays in the environment. In the humid plains and tropical jungles of Vietnam, a silent giant moves along shaded paths, the Asian elephant. With a height of up to 3 meters at the shoulder and a weight that can exceed 4 tons, it is the largest land mammal on the continent. Its thick greyish skin, marked by deep wrinkles, combines strength with endurance, adapting to long walks in search of food and water. Endowed with great intelligence and memory, they organize into groups led by experienced females who guide the herd along traditional migratory routes. Their diet is very broad: leaves, fruits, tree bark, and grass. An elephant can consume hundreds of kilograms of plant matter every day. By knocking down trees, opening clearings, and dispersing seeds through its dung, the elephant reshapes the habitat. This creates space for forest regeneration and directly influences ecological dynamics. Despite their majestic size, seeing them in the wild has become a rarity. Today, small isolated populations still survive in protected areas such as the Yok Don and Phu Mat National Parks. However, illegal hunting and habitat loss remain constant threats. The mouse deer, considered the smallest ungulate on the planet, weighs only a few kilograms and possesses extremely thin legs. This animal looks like an incredible mix between a deer and a rodent. The mouse deer is very discreet and solitary. It usually moves almost invisibly among dry leaves and low shrubs. Its diet includes leaves, fallen fruits, and tender shoots, which it collects quickly before disappearing back into the dense vegetation. That agility is its primary defense against predators. For decades, it was believed to be extinct until it was rediscovered in the forested and mountainous regions of Vietnam. This finding proved that the environment still preserves little-known species. Its presence, though very subtle, plays an important role in the renewal of the ecosystem by consuming and dispersing different types of plant foods. In this way, between the giants that roam the plains and jungles and the small ungulate hidden under the bushes, Vietnam reveals the complexity of its fauna. Large and small species occupy ecological niches that complement each other in the same natural setting. Deep in the mountainous forests of Vietnam, a small bird attracts the attention of only the most patient observers, the orange-breasted trogon. Despite its vibrant colors, it remains almost invisible by staying motionless between the light and shadow of the jungle. The male exhibits a bright orange belly, a long tail, and a dorsal part with olive green and earth brown tones. Meanwhile, the female has a more discreet plumage with brown and beige tones, which facilitates its camouflage during the incubation process. This contrast between the sexes is a direct result of beneficial adaptations for both reproduction and survival. Its diet consists mainly of various types of insects caught in flight or taken with precision from leaves and branches. This technique requires speed and coordination, making the trogon an efficient hunter of small invertebrates. They are usually found in pairs or small family groups that communicate through soft songs to maintain social bonds. While this bird acts discreetly in the forest in a very different environment, though still within the territory of Vietnam, one of the largest reptiles in Southeast Asia glides, the reticulated python. This python can exceed 6 meters in length, and there are exceptional records of individuals that have reached more than 10 meters, making it one of the largest snakes in the world. Its skin is marked by geometric patterns in yellow, brown and black tones, an effective camouflage among dry leaves, logs and water reflections. Despite its imposing appearance, the reticulated python does not possess venom. Its hunting method is based on strength. It coils its body around the prey and overpowers it through constriction, feeding on birds, reptiles, and medium-sized mammals. There are records of this type of snake capturing large animals such as wild boars and deer. This species is also an excellent swimmer. It has the ability to cross wide rivers and even reach islands, which explains its wide geographical distribution. Although it is more active at night, it is not uncommon to find it during the day, especially in areas near water. Thus, from a small bird that hunts insects in silence to a giant snake capable of taking down large mammals, Vietnam demonstrates how its habitats house completely different forms of life, but all equally adapted to the environment in which they live. When we leave behind the humid riverbanks and swampy areas where the python reigns silently, the landscape transforms. The flooded plains give way to dense jungles located between mountain ranges. It is precisely in this more enclosed territory, covered in shadows and stillness, where another icon of Vietnam's wildlife appears, the great hornbill. With a length of almost 1 meter and a powerful wingspan that cuts through the forest air, this bird immediately impresses with a large yellow casque located above its curved beak. This casque does not only have a decorative function, it acts as a resonance chamber, amplifying the sound of its calls. In this way, the hornbill can mark territory and communicate over great distances in the closed jungle. It feeds mainly on various types of fruits that it swallows whole, and then disperses through the forest, contributing to the regeneration of large tree species. This ecological function makes the hornbill one of the main agents of seed dispersal in primary forests. Additionally, it complements its diet with small animals such as reptiles and insects, revealing a flexibility that allows it to survive in a changing environment. In the reproduction process, the behavior of this species is surprising. The female takes refuge in the hollows of ancient trees, where she is sealed in with mud and droppings, leaving only a small hole. The male is responsible for bringing food to the whole family, a task that can last weeks until the chicks are ready to come out. This strategy helps protect against predators, but requires great dedication from the pair. The morning mist spreads across the limestone slopes of Hajiang and Tuyanquang, where the remaining primary forests cling to the vertical cliffs of the Kaukar Reserve and the Nahang Mountain region. At an altitude of between 200 and over 1,200 meters, the air is always humid and cold. Light is trapped in the dense canopy, leaving only thin rays of light to filter down to the forest floor. The overlapping karst mountain ranges, divided by deep valleys and rivers, create an almost isolated world, a natural fortress where life exists under its own rules. In the high canopy, a slight movement makes the moss-covered branches vibrate. It is the Tonkin snub-nosed monkey. This is one of the rarest primates on the planet, with a total of only about 200 to 250 individuals remaining in the wild, concentrated mainly in these isolated limestone forests. Without noise, without ostentation, they exist as silent shadows in the heights, leaving almost no trace. Its body measures between 50 and 65 centimeters long, with a tail of almost equivalent length that helps maintain balance when moving between branches located dozens of meters from the ground. Its thick ash-grey fur maintains warmth in a climate colder than most of the tropical jungle of Vietnam. Its pale blue, hairless face stands out for its characteristic snub nose, an adaptation that helps limit the direct entry of rainwater into the nose when moving under the year-round humid canopy. Inside, a multi-chambered digestive system allows them to efficiently process leaves rich in cellulose. In the limestone mountain forest ecosystem of northern Vietnam, the snub-nosed monkey acts as a silent gardener. By eating young leaves and tree shoots, they control vegetation growth on the steep slopes, where soil is thin and growth conditions are severe. Moving between fragmented forest patches helps disperse seeds, contributing to maintaining forest regeneration in an environment that is already naturally fragmented. In places like Nahang or Kaukar, where each forest patch is like a biological island, this role becomes especially important. Among the mist-covered limestone mountains of Hajiang, where terrain and climate create an almost secluded world, the snub-nosed monkey exists not through strength or numbers, but through discretion and subtle adaptation. They do not need to dominate their environment. They only need to understand it, merge with it, and disappear at the right moment. Morning dew still lingers on the canopy of the ancient forests of the Truongson mountain range, stretching across Katien, Bidup, Nuiba, and the primary forests of Central and Western Highlands. At that altitude, the yellow-cheeked gibbon appears, almost never touching the ground. Its entire life takes place in the tree canopy, where safety resides in the height and continuity of the forest. Each song is not just communication, but a way to establish its territory. Their bodies are slender, with a body length of about 45 to 65 centimeters, but their arm span can exceed 1.5 meters. They do not have a tail. Instead, they possess unusually long arms, adapted for a type of brachiation movement through the branches at speeds that can reach 50 to 60 kilometers per hour in consecutive swings. The male has black fur with light yellow patches on the cheeks, while the female is pale yellow with a dark top of the head, creating a clear social distinction. A pair of gibbons moves synchronously in the canopy. They live in small and closely linked family units. An individual stops, raises its head, and emits its song. The sound can travel more than 2 kilometers, finding a response from other groups. These dialogues create a sound map that helps groups maintain boundaries without the need for conflict. Afterward, they continue their movement looking for fruits, especially wild figs, complementing them with tender leaves and insects when necessary. In the tropical forest ecosystem, the yellow-cheeked gibbon is a very effective seed dispersal agent. The continuous movement in the high canopy helps seeds disperse over a wide range, maintaining forest regeneration. Its presence is also a clear signal that a forest is intact enough to support life entirely in the heights. When the sun rises, the songs gradually calm down. The canopy becomes quiet again, but the movements continue, hidden in the thick layer of leaves. In the world of the yellow-cheeked gibbon, life does not occur on the ground, but in the air, where every swing of the arms is a step forward, and every sound that resonates is the affirmation that this forest still exists, according to its own natural rhythm. While the hornbill flies over the forests, in the plains and hills of Vietnam lives one of the largest wild bovines on the planet, the gaur. This animal can reach a height of 2 meters at the shoulder and weigh more than a ton, far exceeding the size of the banteng. Its majestic appearance is marked by a massive, dark body, light-colored legs, and a pair of curved horns that can exceed 1 meter in length. Its diet is based on grasses, leaves, and young shoots, which helps shape the vegetation and open space for the regeneration of new trees. This process benefits countless species, from small insects to large herbivores that take advantage of the renewed vegetation. Despite its size, the gaur is not an aggressive animal unless it feels threatened. live in groups ranging from a few females with their young to larger herds that can include dozens of individuals. Adult males, which are usually solitary, can join these groups at specific times, especially during the mating season. While the hornbill keeps the forests alive through seed dispersal, the gaur plays a fundamental role in the balance of open space areas, regulating vegetation growth. These two very different animals together show how the functioning of Vietnam's ecosystems depends both on the winged inhabitants of the canopy and the giants that walk the forest floor. In the forests of Vietnam, a small acrobat moves among the branches of the trees with speed and precision. The Asian red squirrel. With a body that ranges between 16 and 28 centimeters and a tail of almost equivalent size, it uses balance as its greatest weapon. Its long and silent leaps allow it to explore the canopy in search of food and escape from predators. Its diet is very broad. Forest fruits, seeds, tender leaves, insects, and even bird eggs. By burying or forgetting seeds in different points of the forest, it actively participates in the natural regeneration of vegetation. This ecological function, though simple, is fundamental to maintaining the plant diversity that feeds other species. The fur of this squirrel presents notable variations according to the region. It can be grey, brown, dark, or black, but in many areas of Southeast Asia, it appears in reddish tones, a characteristic that gives it its name. In addition to dense forests, it adapts well to secondary areas, plantations, and even the surroundings of villages, demonstrating the flexibility of this species. While the squirrel acts discreetly high in the trees, in more open and sunny areas, one of the most impressive visual spectacles in Southeast Asia takes the stage: the Asian green peafowl. With its majestic bearing and radiant plumage in metallic green, deep blue, and gold tones, this peacock is considered one of the most emblematic birds of the region. Males carry an ornamental fan formed by feathers that can exceed 2 meters in length. This structure is used in courtship displays to attract females and intimidate rivals. In Vietnam, its current distribution is limited to dry forests and shrub savannas, mainly in the Truong Son mountain range and protected areas near the borders. Despite its brilliance, it can effectively camouflage itself by folding its tail and staying motionless among the vegetation. This bird plays an important role in the ecosystem by consuming seeds, fruits, and insects, helping in plant dispersal and the control of small invertebrate populations. However, the Asian green peafowl faces serious threats and is classified as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Habitat destruction, poaching, and the illegal trade in feathers have contributed to reducing their populations to small fragmented groups. Culturally, the peacock has always had strong symbolism. It represents prosperity, beauty, and royalty, and has been portrayed in temples and traditional art. To witness a male unfolding his tail in a splendid fan is to admire a spectacle where aesthetics and biology meet in perfect harmony. After showing its radiant colouring in the forest clearings, the Asian green peafowl slowly retreats into the dense vegetation. In the forests of Cat Tien National Park, not far from there, another protagonist appears. The sambar deer dominates the open areas, revealing all its majesty. This animal can reach a height of 1.60 meters at the shoulder and weigh nearly 300 kilograms. With a dark and thick coat, it adapts well to various environments, including humid jungles and areas of drier vegetation. The diet of the sambar deer is varied and fulfills an essential function in the balance of the forest. By feeding on leaves, shoots, bark, and fruits, it participates in the natural cycle of seed dispersal, contributing to the regeneration of vegetation. Each of its movements, simple as they may seem, helps shape the environment and maintain the diversity of the jungle. Males exhibit large antlers that can exceed a meter in length. They use these structures in territorial disputes and during the reproductive stage when they compete for the right to court several females. Despite its imposing bearing, the social behavior of the sambar deer is surprisingly flexible. It can be found solitary in quiet pairs or grouped in larger bands, depending on the season of the year and the abundance of available resources. This adaptation ensures its survival in an environment as dynamic as the jungle of Vietnam. Dawn gradually opens on Vietnam's waters. The first light spreads over the surface and then breaks into silver bands that vibrate with each wave. Along a coastline of about 3,600 kilometers, the ocean opens a space of more than 1 million square kilometers, where life is present at all levels of the water. Life extends from the light-filled surface to the deep bottom, where almost no color remains. In the coral reefs off the Hoang Sa and Truong Sa Islands, a clownfish moves slowly between the tentacles of an anemone. The layer of mucus on its skin makes it immune to toxins. Nearby, the butterfly fish, with its flattened body and contrasting colors, meanders among the coral branches, with its long snout specialized for catching every small polyp. A pair of angelfish glides with thick bodies and long fins that allow them to turn with precision in tight spaces. In the darkest crevices of the rocks, the grouper lies motionless, with its large body and wide mouth ready to create strong suction and swallow its prey in an instant. In the upper water level, a school of barracudas moves in formation, with elongated bodies and jaws of sharp teeth that reflect light. Beyond, the tuna swims continuously, with powerful muscles that maintain a high speed of dozens of kilometers per hour, without rest to ensure the flow of oxygen through the gills. A group of dolphins emerges to the surface, breathes quickly and dives again, coordinating hunting through echolocation. In deeper waters, the squid moves by jet propulsion, with a body that can emit a dim light thanks to bioluminescent organs, a signal in a low-light environment. On the sandy bottom, the sea cucumber crawls slowly. The tentacles around its mouth continuously collect sediments, filtering organic matter and expelling cleaner sand. An individual can process dozens of kilograms of sediments each year, contributing to maintaining the permeability of the seabed. Next to it, the sea urchin clings firmly to the rocks with hundreds of sharp spines pointing outward. Below is its jaw structure, composed of 5 hard teeth that continuously scrape the layer of algae growing on the coral. A starfish moves with hundreds of tube feet, with the ability to regenerate lost arms, an advantage in an environment with many predators. In coastal seagrass meadows, the seahorse coils its tail around a grass stem, with its body upright and a layer of exoskeleton providing total camouflage. Nearby, a dugong specimen weighing between 300 and 400 kilograms grazes slowly on the bottom, consuming dozens of kilograms of plants each day. A green turtle glides with its hydrodynamic shell helping to reduce drag. Its large lungs allow it to dive deeply for long periods before coming to the surface to breathe. In the rock crevices, the octopus continuously changes color and skin texture in just a few seconds. Its 8 tentacles carry hundreds of suckers with chemical and tactile sensing abilities. Nearby, the cuttlefish adjusts its color with each heartbeat, simultaneously changing the shape of its body to communicate or camouflage. An eagle ray glides near the bottom, with its fins wide like wings, using weak electrical signals to detect prey hidden under the layer of sand. Each species carries its own body structure and its own survival strategy. The speed of the tuna, the suction of the grouper, the spine layer of the sea urchin, the regeneration capacity of the starfish, the intelligence and camouflage of the octopus, the slowness but efficiency of the sea cucumber, all coexist in the same space, distributed according to depth, light, food sources, and predator pressure. In Vietnam's waters, diversity does not reside in an individual species, but in the density of life. Hundreds of species in a coral reef, thousands of species in the entire ecosystem. A world where each square meter can contain more forms of life than any terrestrial ecosystem. As light continues to penetrate deep into the water, new layers of organisms appear. Little-known species continue to exist, adapting and evolving, keeping the ocean always in motion under rules deeper and more persistent than any movement on the surface. beneath the blue and calm waters of Vietnam's coastline, where the light is only dim when touching the sandy bottom at a depth of several dozen meters, the seabed stretches out like a layer of living sediment. Fine sand, organic mud, and biological fragments accumulated over time form a base that seems static, but is actually always moving at a microscopic level. In that space, long, soft, and almost motionless bodies lie scattered, merging completely with the surrounding environment. It is the sea cucumber, a diverse group of echinoderms with dozens of species recorded in Vietnam's waters. In areas such as Nha Trang, Phu Quoc, or the Truong Sa archipelago, familiar species can be found such as the sand sea cucumber, Holothuria scabra, with its light grey body and rough surface, the black sea cucumber, Holothuria atra, with a dark colour that almost merges with the rocky bottom, or larger species like the white sea cucumber and the prickly sea cucumber, Thelenota spp, with sizes that can exceed 40 centimetres. Each species carries a different shape and colour, but all share the same lifestyle closely linked to the seabed. The body of the sea cucumber is soft, cylindrical, without bones or a hard shell. Its thick skin contains calcium microstructures that increase its resistance, sometimes covered with spines or bumps that help with camouflage and limit attacks. They move very slowly, using small tube feet located on the ventral side, almost dragging themselves over the sandy bottom without leaving clear traces. At the front, a ring of tentacles unfolds around the mouth, which can be 10 to 30 tentacles, depending on the species. These tentacles continuously collect sand and mud, carrying them into the body with a constant rhythm. The sea cucumber does not eat sand. Within its long digestive system, they separate organic matter, bacteria, microalgae, and decaying fragments. The rest is expelled in the form of cleaner, finer, and more oxygen-rich sand. This process occurs continuously, almost without rest. An adult individual can process dozens of kilograms of sediments each year. In areas with high density, hundreds of individuals act together, turning the seabed into a large-scale natural biological filtering system. Thanks to this, the sediment layer is stirred, nutrients are recycled, and the bottom environment maintains a stable state. This seemingly simple body contains remarkable adaptation mechanisms. The sea cucumber breathes through respiratory trees, where water is sucked in and gas exchange takes place. Some species can absorb oxygen directly through the skin. When the environment lacks oxygen or is disturbed, they can reduce their activity to a minimum, existing in an almost motionless state for long periods. When feeling threatened, many species use a special defense strategy. They expel their sticky internal organs, which sometimes contain toxins, to confuse or hinder the predator. This part of the body later regenerates in a few weeks or months. A form of self-defense that is not based on speed or strength, but on recovery capacity. in the marine ecosystem, the sea cucumber is not at the top level of the food chain, but plays a fundamental role. By processing sediments, they prevent organic matter accumulation, maintain oxygen levels on the seabed, and create conditions for other organisms to develop. If they were missing, the seabed would gradually become oxygen poor, directly affecting the entire upper ecosystem. At the surface, the ocean is a place of fast movements and pursuits, but below, in the bottom layer that receives little attention, stability depends on slow beings like the sea cucumber. Without standing out, without noise. But in that stillness, they process every grain of sand, every biological fragment, maintaining the foundations of the ocean persistently and continuously. Under the dark blue waters of Vietnam, where the coral reefs off the coasts of Nha Trang and Phu Quoc form a complex labyrinth of rocks, crevices, and fine sand, sunlight gradually weakens with each meter of depth. At a depth of between 10 and 30 meters, colors are absorbed and the space turns into ranges of silent bluish gray. In that almost static environment, the boundary between the organism and the terrain becomes blurred, and it is precisely in that ambiguity where one of the most sophisticated predators of the ocean lives. The body of the octopus has no bones, allowing it to deform almost without limits. An adult individual can measure from 30 centimeters to more than 1 meter, yet it can still pass through narrow crevices of only a few centimeters, as long as its central hardbeak can cross. The nervous system of the octopus reaches about 500 million neurons, equivalent to many small mammals. Remarkably, most of these neurons are not concentrated in the central brain, but are distributed in the tentacles, allowing each arm to process information and react almost independently. This creates a type of distributed intelligence, where many actions occur simultaneously without the need for direct control from the center. Its skin is an extremely sophisticated biological camouflage system. Millions of pigment cells can change color in an instant, while muscles under the skin adjust the surface texture from smooth to rough. In fractions of a second, the body can recreate the color, pattern, and roughness of the surrounding environment, making it disappear almost completely from view. In the middle of the coral bottom, a small crab moves slowly through the sand layer. There are no clear signs of danger, but the distance between the predator and the prey is reduced little by little. The body of the octopus flattens, the color merges with the rocky bottom, and the tentacles extend almost without causing significant movement in the water. The moment of the attack occurs almost instantaneously. The tentacles unfold in unison, covering the prey from multiple directions. The suckers tighten, immobilizing the struggling body. The prey is dragged toward the center, where the hard beak pierces the chitin shell and injects a toxin that paralyzes the nervous system. The entire process lasts only a few seconds, so fast that the surrounding environment is barely disturbed. Upon becoming the target of larger predators like groupers or small sharks, the strategy changes immediately. A cloud of black ink is expelled, creating a temporary curtain, while the body simultaneously changes color and moves in the opposite direction through water jet propulsion. In extreme situations, a part of the tentacle can be abandoned to distract, later regenerating over time. In the coral reef ecosystem, the octopus plays the role of regulator of crustacean and small fish populations, while serving as a food source for larger predators. This intermediate position helps maintain the stability of many biological strata. When the number of octopuses decreases, that balance can break quickly. As light gradually disappears under the deep waters, its body again merges with the rocky bottom, becoming an indistinguishable part of the environment. In a world where many species survive by strength or speed, the octopus survives by intelligence, flexibility, and the ability to disappear. A distributed brain, a body without shape limits, and an almost perfect camouflage system have made it one of the most sophisticated predators of the ocean. Light softens over a long sandy beach in central Vietnam. Sea waves beat rhythmically. Each layer of water rises and then withdraws, leaving prolonged traces of moisture on the fine sand. The wind brings a salty taste, brushing the rows of casuarinas behind the coast. On the border between water and land, a slow movement gradually appears. From the water layer, a large, heavy but stable body emerges, as if bringing with it the heartbeat of the ocean. It is the green sea turtle, one of the oldest marine reptiles still in existence. It is widely distributed throughout tropical and subtropical marine regions, including Vietnam's waters. An adult individual can measure more than a meter long and weigh between 150 and 200 kilograms. Its smooth and oval shell with closely arranged horny plates helps reduce drag in the water. The color is usually olive brown or dark green, merging with the marine environment. The name, green turtle, does not come from the color of the shell, but from the green color of the fat layer under the skin, formed by a diet rich in seagrasses and algae. This is one of the very few marine reptiles that tend to be herbivores upon reaching maturity, a rare characteristic in the animal world. Its body is optimized for long journeys. The two forelimbs have developed as powerful oars, allowing it to swim continuously for distances of thousands of kilometers. An individual can migrate through many different marine regions throughout its life. Its large lungs help store oxygen for prolonged dives, and it can remain underwater for hours. Its positioning capability based on the Earth's magnetic field allows it to identify direction even when there are no clear reference points. When the breeding season arrives, the female returns to the beach where she was born, after 20 or 30 years of reaching maturity. This journey can last thousands of kilometers, but the precision is almost absolute. There are no clear visual signs or smells to guide her, only a type of biological memory formed from the first days of life. On land, the body adapted to the aquatic environment becomes heavy. She crawls slowly, each step dragging the full weight of her body. Upon choosing a suitable location above the tide level, she begins to dig the nest with her two hind limbs. The sand is pushed rhythmically, creating a hole about 40 to 60 centimeters deep. The spawning process occurs in silence. Between 80 and more than 100 soft-shelled round eggs fall into the bottom of the nest each time. There is no subsequent care. When the sand layer is covered again, the beach returns to its initial state, leaving no clear signs. Under the sand layer, life develops in stable temperature conditions. After about 45 to 70 days, the small turtles begin to hatch. They head simultaneously toward the strongest light on the marine horizon. The journey from the nest to the water is only a few dozen meters long, but it is the most dangerous stage. Seabirds, crabs, and predatory fish lie in wait. The survival rate is extremely low, potentially only 1 in 1,000 individuals that reach adulthood. Throughout its life cycle, the green turtle completely changes its diet. When small, they eat tiny organisms such as zooplankton and crustaceans. Upon maturing, they switch to eating seagrasses and algae. This grazing behavior plays an important role in the ecosystem, helping to maintain the healthy development of seagrass meadows. It prevents biomass accumulation and creates conditions for many other species to live. The life cycle of the green turtle spans many decades. Each individual carries the memory of a specific starting point, a beach, a coastline that almost does not change with time. Upon returning, she does not seek a place to live, but fulfills a mission to maintain the continuity of the species. When the process ends, the turtle slowly returns to the ocean. Traces in the sand are quickly erased by the waves. But that journey does not disappear. It continues repeating generation after generation, like a persistent cycle that links the sea with the mainland, the past with the future of the ocean. The water is still as a mirror in the shallow marine zone around Phu Quoc, where light penetrates directly to the bottom, revealing dark green seagrass meadows that stretch out like submerged fields. The current is slow, warm and clear, a space that seems to be of absolute peace, but behind that tranquility is a long story about the fragility of a special species. From a distance, a large silhouette appears. The dugong glides over the bottom with a smooth and rhythmic movement, almost without creating disturbances. With a body measuring between 2.5 and 3 meters and weighing up to 400 kilograms, the dugong possesses thick grey skin and a downward curved snout, perfectly designed for a single task: grazing on seagrass. A creature defined by slowness and stability. No tusks, no claws, no explosive speed. But it is precisely that gentleness that makes them an easy target. In many parts of the world, the dugong was a victim of excessive hunting. They do not flee quickly or react violently upon feeling threatened. When an individual is injured, others usually return close by, moving around that area. It is a natural expression of social bonding, but in an environment shaped by human presence, this behavior becomes a fatal weakness. It is enough to retain one individual so that the others do not move away immediately. That makes it easy for the whole group to be detected. Over time, hunting pressure caused the number of dugongs to drop drastically in many areas. Their reproductive cycle is too slow to recover. Only one calf at a time, a gestation period that lasts more than a year, and many years pass before they give birth again. A population is lost very quickly, but needs dozens of years to recover, if it still has a chance. However, in Vietnam's waters, especially around Phu Quoc, the dugong is still present. Not because they have changed their nature, but because the environment surrounding them has changed in another direction. The seagrass meadows are still extensive enough to maintain the food source. Hunting pressure is gradually decreasing. And most importantly, the Vietnamese people treat them gently and respectfully. They do not hunt the dugong, but allow it to continue existing in its own familiar waters. For many coastal communities, the dugong is not seen as a resource. They are perceived as gentle beings, slow and close to humans. some fishermen consider them friends of the sea. Their appearance is a sign that the waters are still clean and the ecosystem is still healthy. Upon finding them, they do not chase them away or hunt them, but maintain distance so they continue their journey in silence. An individual lowers its head to the bottom and pulls up a bunch of seagrass, leaving long trails in the sand behind it. This behavior does not destroy the ecosystem. On the contrary, it helps the seagrass regenerate, keeping the meadow always in a healthy state. Areas where there are dugongs are usually places where the ecosystem is still stable. It emerges to the surface, takes a brief breath, and dives again. A quiet persistence of life, repeated thousands of times over the course of its existence. In the ocean, where many species survive by strength or speed, the dugong survives by tranquility. That tranquility once made them almost disappear in many places. But in some marine zones of Vietnam, they still find the space to continue living. Not because they are stronger, but because this time humans have chosen to live alongside them, as friends who share the same ocean. Morning light spreads gently over the rice terraces of Mu Chang Chai, reflecting the sky in layers of colors arranged on the mountain slope levels. In Ha Giang, smoke from kitchens rises from the villages nestled between the rocks. In the lowlands, the Red River and the Mekong River flow slowly through the villages, bringing sediments that nourish the fields. From the mountain to the plain, nature is not separate, but woven into every rhythm of life, becoming the foundation of human existence. In that space, the human being is not a conqueror, but a part of the ecosystem. The rice terraces in Sapa or Huangsu Phi are the result of hundreds of years of adaptation to the steep terrain.
En el oeste, la vida cambia según la temporada de aguas. No se lucha contra la naturaleza, sino que se ajusta a ella.
Bamboo, wood, and palm leaves become homes. The forest provides resources while being preserved through community conventions such as sacred forests, a form of conservation that existed long before modern science. That link also defines the way people treat each other. In the highland villages or in the small streets, hospitality is not a ritual but a natural reflex. A smile, a cup of tea, an invitation to enter a home creates a sense of safety and trust. It is that foundation that makes Vietnam one of the most stable and safe countries, where the pace of life is maintained by the connection between people and the community. Parallel to that peace, there is another world where wild nature and the modern pace of life coexist. In a single trip, it is possible to go from the primary jungle of Truong Son, where the song of the gibbons resonates in the canopy, to crowded cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City. By day, it is a journey through the jungle, exploring caves like Son Doong. By night, it becomes a world of markets and food stalls, where gastronomy reflects the bounty of the land and water. From pho and bamboo tube rice, com lam to street food, each flavor is linked to the terrain and the climate. In this context, conservation is no longer a separate concept, but becomes part of life itself. In the heart of the city, the Saigon Botanical Garden and Zoo preserves green spaces and animal species such as the Indo-Chinese tiger, the Asian elephant, or primates. Not only for display, but to maintain the genetic pool and natural behaviors. Beyond, in Khuc Phuong, specimens of Duc langur, Delacour's langur, and slow lorises are rescued and rehabilitated after being victims of illegal trafficking. Rare species of turtles, such as the yellow-margined box turtle or the big-headed turtle, are cared for and reproduced, saving declining populations step by step. In Cat Tien, conservation occurs on a larger scale, where the entire ecosystem is maintained. Gores move through the grasslands. The sambar deer is active at dusk, and the Indo-Chinese silvered langur hides in the canopy. Camera trap systems record the existence of rare species, providing data for long-term protection. Here, conserving is not about guarding each individual, but about keeping the environment intact so that life functions by itself. However, pressures persist. Wildlife trafficking and habitat loss continue to threaten many species such as pangolins, primates, and freshwater turtles. When a species disappears, it is not just the loss of an individual, but a part of the function in the ecosystem is broken. That is why reserves, rescue centers, and even urban spaces form a connection network. There, science, technology, and indigenous experience are used together to maintain the balance. The human being is no longer outside nature, but Vietnam is a territory where life beats in all directions. In the highest strata of the canopy, primates leap between branches. On the forest floor, majestic herbivores open paths, and in the air, radiant birds display their colors, while giant snakes glide in silence. Every organism, no matter how small or large, plays an essential role in the machinery that keeps this ecosystem in balance. These animals are not just biological curiosities. They are the pillars of a complex system that nourishes rivers, jungles, and even human survival. The distant call of a langur, the heavy flight of a hornbill, or the agile movement of a red squirrel are not mere sounds of the jungle. They represent the natural identity of Vietnam. But this system is not immune to the pressures of the times. In many coastal areas, plastic waste floats adrift, getting caught in mangroves, entangling in coral reefs, and infiltrating even into deep water strata. Seagrass meadows are shrinking, forests are being fragmented, and the ocean gradually carries the traces of human activity. These changes are not always loud, but they accumulate over time, affecting every link in the chain of life. However, the story does not end there. Throughout Vietnam, restoration efforts are taking shape. Mangrove reforestation projects are unfolding along the coasts, helping to retain soil, filter water, and recreate habitats for countless species of organisms. coral reef conservation, seagrass restoration, and ocean cleanup programs are carried out, from small community campaigns to large-scale projects. Local population, scientists, and conservation organizations unite in a common goal, not only to conserve what remains, but to recover, step by step, what has been lost. This change does not happen immediately. It is slow, like the way nature recovers itself. But every forest that is replanted, every beach that is cleaned, every species that is protected, is a step forward in reconstructing the balance. Protecting this heritage is not just about guarding the past, but defining the future, so that one day the call of the langur continues to resonate in the jungle. The coral reefs continue to be full of color under the sea, and the rivers continue to flow through healthy ecosystems. Every song, every leap, every wing beat is not just an expression of life, but also proof that when the human being chooses to act correctly, nature can still be reborn and continue telling its story through time.